A small town celebration with a lot of heart. That's what you'll find this 4th of July in downtown Wytheville. Here to explain how you can join in on the fun is the Downtown Wytheville Events Coordinator. We have Charlie Jones in the studio. Charlie, how's it going?
Great.
Yeah, this is a busy week leading up to a really big event for you all. So what's it feeling like over at Downtown Wytheville?
It's, we're nervous, but we're excited. I mean, like you said, this is the biggest event in Wythe County by far, and one of the bigger 4th of July celebrations in the area. So we got to make sure it's a fun and safe event for everybody, but we're excited.
Absolutely. And I think the best part about this, though, is that you've done this before. Downtown Wytheville has hosted this event for many years. It's a tradition for many families in our communities. Why is it important to have a tradition like this year after year?
I think it just goes back to building a sense of community. I mean, our organization, more than anything else, we're community development, which is a whole different thing than just economic development. You don't just need businesses, you need people to feel invested in the community and invested in the heart of their community in particular. And that's the way we do it. So, part of that is through just events that they can feel really bring people together. And having a tradition like this really reinforces that.
I love that. I think that's a great way to describe it too, is that the people become the heart of a community, especially in Wytheville. There's a lot of heart there. We were seeing some of those photos. Lots of crowds, about 13,000 people or so show up. What's it like to have that many people kind of come into the area for this one-day event?
We really have to prep a lot of the businesses, local government, everyone else. Our population's about 8,200 people. So, this really swells up the community and really changes things. And, you really have to kind of almost really drive home the point that this is a lot more people than you're used to. We have a lot of really great restaurants downtown and things like that, but we have to tell them you need to stock up for this amount of people. We've had years before where it's, towards the end of the day and you walk into a restaurant or a pizza place and they're like, we've got chips and soda.
It's
and
a good problem to have. Absolutely.
But it's little things like that where you have to kind of say, I know you've had days where you're swamped, but this is a whole different
ball game. Well, this is really exciting, and we want to highlight some of the festival activities because there's a lot of reasons why you'll want to make the trip to Wytheville. Talk to us about some of the big events happening this year.
Okay, so the whole thing kicks off with a kids parade. We've got all kinds of decorations and everything else. We had about 500 kids in it last year, which was a pretty big deal. Goes right up the middle of Main Street to the main stage. We give away all kinds of prizes, bikes and scooters and all of that. And then we've got a ton of live music, just a ridiculous amount for that day. We've got 3 main stage performers, all of whom are really kind of on the rise performers. And we have a pretty good track record of picking people before they become way too expensive to play a small town like us.
A lot of talent.
And then we've got almost a little over 11 bands or musicians playing throughout downtown on the day. We've got classic car cruising that we had to extend to extra blocks this year to accommodate everyone.
So there's something for everyone, really, from the adults to the kids. You're going to find entertainment and ways to feel engaged this weekend or this Thursday. It's coming up really fast. And I like the idea of how you are helping boost the area and boost local businesses. We talked about preparing people for this type of big crowd, but what would you like to say about the idea of how this brings an economic drive to the area as well?
This is usually the best business day for everyone in our community, and all of the businesses, no matter what they're selling, and we kind of drive that home. Our organization's about 10 years old, and prior to that, downtown really did not have much going on, did not have many businesses there. So with this kind of transformation, part of that is we do have events like this, specifically this one, that are really make or break people's years. And so this is really an important thing for most of the businesses.
Absolutely. All right, and we'd be remiss, we have to just mention really fast the fireworks. They happen later in the night. Big deal. Is there anything you want to tell people about the best spot to be or what to know about the fireworks?
It's a big show, really big. 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's a long thing. They're shot off from the middle of town, so as long as you're in Wytheville, you're probably going to see them.
See it.
As long as you're on Main Street, we've kind of worked to make sure that everywhere that you are in the Main Street festival area, you're going to be able to see them really well. So as long as you're in town, you'll see them.
You'll see them. All right. Well, have fun. Make sure you come to town for Wytheville. Charlie, thank you so much, and best of luck for these last-minute preparations.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Well, stay with us. We'll be back after this quick break.